And the Lord, how he speaks to me a lot of times, he'll give me a word, sometimes it could be really out of left field. The word he gave me for Cindy was wheelbarrow. What, God? Wheelbarrow? And how I move prophetically in this is that I'm like, I'll just speak it out in faith. God, I'm getting the word wheelbarrow. What do you want to say about that? What do you want to say to Cindy about the wheelbarrow? And so I got this picture of a wheelbarrow filled with dirt, and that she was being buried alive. And the enemy kept trying to put, with this wheelbarrow, dirt over her. And she was being covered almost completely. And she started saying, wait, I'm alive. I'm alive. And in that moment, it was interesting because the theme of the whole weekend was alive. And I remember sharing with you, because I knew you were going to be there and a participant, and we kind of as a team, keep things special before we get there. But I shared with you, I said a week prior to this, you know what the theme of this is alive. It's going to be amazing at Summit. And she goes, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm getting goosebumps. This is a week before the word. And I just knew, wow, God, you're going to do something. You're going to do something in Cindy. And so that's my part of the story. You were buried alive, but you kept saying, I'm alive. Wait a minute. I'm alive.
All right. So yes, I am alive. I accepted that word. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. I accepted that word. And when Janelle was speaking that and praying for me on that, what the picture that kind of came to me was, it wasn't a one-time load of dirt from this wheelbarrow. It was many times loads of dirt from this wheelbarrow. Many times throughout my life, over and over again. And there were times where I remember even getting, you know how you kind of get a day vision? Even getting a day vision for myself, to where I was literally in a grave, covered with dirt. I had a little straw that came out of the dirt where I could get air, and I was scratching and scratching and scratching and trying to get out of this dirt grave. And I couldn't reach the top. And it reminded me of one time in my life that was a really, really sad, sad time. And this was several years ago, I was in a very long-term abusive type relationship. And through that years, I had kind of come to a point to where I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust God in me. I didn't think I heard from God. I was broken. I was hurt because it was a verbally abusive relationship. I was so hurt and so broken and trying. There were times, just like Janelle said, to where I would say, wait a minute, I'm alive, I'm alive. And there were literally times when I would say, wait a minute, this isn't true, this isn't right. But another wheelbarrow load would come and come and come. And after several years, even though it might have seemed on the outside to people like, yeah, she seems like she's kind of going through some stuff, but she can still come to work every day and she can still do all her stuff. I had come to the point of deciding I was going to end my life, because I thought, why not? I can't take it anymore. I can't take the pain. I can't take the sadness. And I had the plan. I had my plan. And there was only one little thing that I couldn't reconcile with myself, was how I was going to do it without hurting in the choice of my plan, how I was going to do it without hurting this other person who was actually going to be doing it for me. And I had picked the day. I had written letters to my family. And I knew when I went to bed that night, tomorrow is it. But somehow I still felt like I was gonna see Jesus. I just hurt so bad. But early in the morning, I heard the voice of the Lord so clearly that I literally sat up in bed and I said, "Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. What?" And he told me. And at that moment, I knew this wasn't my path. I wasn't going to do it. I didn't really want to do it. I just didn't know what else to do. And I was surrounded by godly people. I was surrounded by people who cared about me, who would probably lay their own life down for me. And I just was so broken. So in that, there's been other things and other times of my life where wheelbarrow loads of dirt have come. Some of those things at my own choice, like sexual sin, addiction to alcohol, addiction to illegal drugs, addiction to pharmaceutical drugs, rage, full of rage. You wouldn't know it unless you happened to hit me on that day. And each time, Jesus was there. And he said, "These things aren't necessary. There is a better way for you. I want you to live life to the full." That's why I came. That's why I've experienced what you're experiencing. That's why I walked this earth as a human man. To understand and to have full compassion to what you go through and what you experience. And each time, it was a process, yes. I wasn't immediately delivered. My deliverance in my life has been things that he's brought to my attention, he's brought to my heart, and then I've walked out that healing in my life with people surrounding me, people helping me, people loving me. And I just believe that today, he wants to do that for you. Any of you that are struggling, maybe you have broken relationships in your life. Maybe there's people you absolutely can't stand, but God keeps dropping their name in your mind and in your heart. Maybe there's addiction that you want to walk out, the guilt and the shame. He wants to release you from that, because all of that living like that is full of guilt and shame. And that's not what he has. That's the dirt from the enemy. That's the dirt from the enemy trying to bury you and keep you down and not let you say, "I am alive." We sang today about being redeemed, about Jesus redeeming us. My life is a testimony to what that looks like, of the things that I've been through by my own choice. And then Jesus gently saying, come along with me. I love you. I delight in you. That revelation that I had in that prayer time at Wimmel, there were other things that were prayed over me at that time. And the difference now, I say, in my location of my journey, because my journey is my lifelong journey into eternity. The location now for me, I believe it. I believe it. God has redeemed so many different facets of my life. And I've lived it. And I can say to you today without a shadow of a doubt, He wants to do it for you. He's doing it for me. I am fully alive, fully alive. And at the end of that, Janelle said, put on your dancing shoes, girl. I got my clunky ones on today, so I can't dance in these. They make me fall down. But Jesus wants to do that for you. He wants to make you fully, fully alive and set you free, take away your hurt, heal your heart, return you to wholeness. He wants to do that for you today.